Hello there! Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 7 has given us a brand new alien invasion storyline to follow, as well as continuing to slowly gift us with more information about the imagined order and the loop we are stuck in. With the event to mark the end of the season and this part of the storyline, it's time for a full recap of the last 3 months. So if you'd kindly sit your butt down for 10 minutes and think about using code ADAMARU in the Fortnite shop. Now let's recap the season. During the final week of Season 6, it became apparent Season 7 would be themed around an alien invasion, as crop circles appeared, and occasionally players would be abducted. And then this happened. The biggest alien ship you've ever seen engulfed the island, and it became clear what they wanted. Travelling straight to the 0 point, which was secured by the Foundation and Agent Jones a season prior. And this is our first uncertain moment to speak of. Is the 0 point destroyed? We've been told its destruction would break all reality, so that leaves 2 main theories. 1. The 0 point was taken by the alien race, or 2. The 0 point is back below ground with Io. Either way, the central point of the island became a crater, and the Foundation was thrown into an unknown body of water. The aftermath of the explosion left the remnants of the spire combined with the DNA of the Chimera homeworld, resulting in small alien biomes sprouting around the island. Little did we know this was part of their plan. They want to take over the entire island. Immediately, the imagined order sprang into action, led by Dr. Sloan, a child genius who rose up the ranks of Io. She was also the one attempting to stop Jones switching sides. And we know that plan failed. Io constructed multiple monitoring stations and recruited from many dimensions, including Rick Sanchez, to assist in the impending war against the alien visitors. As the aliens brought new tech, so did Io. The war continually shifted for weeks. But not everyone felt like this. Over at Sweaty Sands, some of the locals were visibly delighted to see the aliens appear. The POI became Believer Beach and was emblazoned with everything celebrating the UFO above us. Back to Io and Dr. Sloan. Sloan was staying out of reach of the mothership in a secret bunker deep below the farmland of Corny Complex. Here, research and intel was being formulated. Everything from the mothership's size to its flight plan to a mysterious bomb-like image on the monitors. More on that later. Io were planning something, and as the weeks went by, we became part of that plan. Suddenly the mothership opened to release dropships, abductors that would beam players into the mothership to run tests and experiments. In here we were given alien tech and sent to battle for rewards. The weird thing was, the mothership had POIs from as far back as the original Fortnite island. From the Butterban a few seasons prior, all the way back to Sunny Steps and Lucky Landing. Before we asked too many questions, the Hench Bros returned, the bromance that lasted since Midas waged war between Ghost and Shadow, and our questions went unanswered. Back on dry land, and Io were on the hunt for an imposter among them. Someone was giving information to the alien race. It was confirmed that Joey was actually one of the aliens posing as a human, breaking into Io's secret bunker. Yet there was another working with the aliens, but we didn't find out who for another 2 months. After 4 weeks on the island, a change was seen over at Holly Hedges. The aliens were converting it into an environment they could safely live in. Their homeworld flora and fauna arose, and once they added anti-gravity fields, Holly Hedges became Holly Hatchery, and alien eggs were spotted everywhere, even on the lobby screen, growing in numbers each week. Dr. Sloan and Io made an important observation this week. The aliens love cat food. They desire it more than any other food source on the island, and that became part of Sloan's plan. In an unforeseen update, the duo we call Bill and Ted, the Hench Bros, were seen travelling around the island. They were in a house one week, they were at the drive-in cinema the next, but halfway through the season, the Shadow brother hit a eureka moment. We don't know what this is, but these equations on this whiteboard are the same as Io's and Sloan's hard work in the secret Io facility. His brother, by the way, was practicing shooting outside. This was also the update we did something we should not be proud of. Working with Sloan has its ups and downs, and this time Sloan told us to wipe the memories of anyone on the island who knows too much about Io. One of those people was Bunker Jonesy, who once again was so close to piecing everything together just like he did in Chapter 1, and then we wiped his memory. Sorry, Jonesy, old chum. This shows us though that Dr. Sloan operates between the lines of good and evil, all in the name of the imagined order. And that reminds me of another bombshell we should talk about. This season also gave us the climax of the Batman Fortnite 0 Point comic book series. Season 6 saw Batman trapped in the loop, and by leaving messages for himself, he was slowly able to figure out more about the loop than anyone ever has before. With the help of Catwoman, we now know that a sole survivor of a match can escape the loop if they are in the very center of the final circle. Outside the loop, the survivors are free to look around the island, but a hidden death barrier keeps them all captive here. Batman was able to locate and open one of the bunkers we continuously look at, and got all the way down into the Io stronghold below. Long story short, down there is the 0 Point, still accessible, but not only that. Once Batman found a way to get everyone back to their own dimensions, we are given a piece of info about none other than Dr. Sloan. She was behind the scheme to bring Batman into Fortnite, working with Lex Luthor and the Batman Who Laughs. So Dr. Sloan is working with the criminals. This series ended with a rift created in Metropolis, the home of Superman. And now back to the game, Superman is here right away. It's highly likely that Dr. Sloan wants him here to fight in the alien invasion. This once again muddies the waters of whether Dr. Sloan and Io are the good guys or downright evil. What do you say? 9 weeks into the invasion now, and things escalated. Both sides brought new tech to win the war, including a cow and a device that lets you be Graham the Gnome. Good memories. The mothership circled the island before settling over Slurpy Swamp. Without warning, the vessel opened and began to rip that POI out of the ground. Crumbling apart, Slurpy Swamp vanished. Totally gone. It was only later we realised that entire POI now lived in the mothership. Like before, as soon as we started asking questions, something took our attention away, and this time, it was a concert. The Rift Tour posters appeared until the day Ariana and the rest of the tour arrived. The concert was respite from the war, but it actually is part of Fortnite lore. The invaders set up the Rift Tour as a chance to scan our thoughts and memories. Can you believe it? Ariana was a decoy all along. During the early parts of the event, we were sucked into a corridor of memories, our memories, from the history of Fortnite. From the Butterfly event, to Singularity's mech, to the Rocket event, which began all of this, and even the sacred cube we call Kevin made an appearance. The aliens were looking through our memories of the loop to find answers. That day, one of the images was not a memory, as it hasn't actually happened yet. The cube was actually on the current map here in Chapter 2. Did the aliens show us the future while showing us our past? Have we been looping so long we don't remember Kevin arriving? So many questions left unanswered. But one piece of information is more important than all the rest. The alien invaders have an official name. They are called the Last Reality. Now we know the Last Reality plans to take over the entire island through terraforming, which they successfully accomplished at Holly Hatchery. And then Joey, the former alien spy, let us in on the full plan. It's quite simple. The invasion is here to wipe us all out. Every single looper. So it would appear we are on the side of Io this time around, and Sloan is working hard to give us a chance to survive. Dr. Sloan wants to cause the mothership to crash land onto the island, causing irrevocable damage, but ultimately winning the war. As the mothership moved over to Coral Castle, we said our goodbyes to that POI, and once again it was taken into the mothership, leaving nothing but destruction behind. And this became the moment Sloan played her hand, to trick the invaders into taking an atomic bomb on board the mothership. All those weeks prior, we saw the bomb right in front of our eyes and never realised its importance. And now Sloan makes it our job to activate it. Season 7 had another unexpected addition out of nowhere, the new imposter mode released, and once again it was filled with official lore. Set deep in the Io facility, we are tasked with finding the mole, the imposter attempting to undo the Imagined Order's work. It's insinuated that Agent Jones had help when he defected last season. Other things we know include the fact Io have been controlling the island for thousands of years.
We've run things successfully for thousands of years.
Thousands. I thought it was 4. I was very wrong. Inside the facility, we know the bridge is fully intact from the Season 5 reveal and the Batman comic book, and the 0 Point is here too. All this, by the way, is the main reason I asked you at the start of the video if you thought the Last Reality took the 0 Point, or Io returned it back underground. The evidence is not completely clear yet, so let's keep both options open. In the final week of the season, we are set 2 additional tasks by Dr. Sloan. The first is to warn the folks in the crash zone of the mothership, should the plan be successful. So it shows you that she does actually care, at least a little bit. But the second task is a little more daunting. Io knew about a mole in their ranks. We all assumed it was Joey, but the real culprit is actually Maven. It's now a race against time to uncover what the Last Reality know about Operation Skyfire, and if Maven can be convinced to share everything she knows about the opposition. Sloan's final task reminds us our place in this story. There is no room at IO for traitors. Maven will soon learn that. I hope you remember it too. Right now, the aliens have fallen for Dr. Sloan's plan. The farmland around Corny Complex is being dragged into the mothership once again, all thanks to a few well-placed cat food containers. Those aliens really can't resist it. The cycle is repeating, and this time IO are ready to take advantage. Bombs covering the ascending POI will soon be inside the alien ship. On September 12th, Operation Skyfire begins, and we will be the lead agents boarding the mothership to end this invasion once and for all. Now it's time to infiltrate the Last Reality and put a stop to the alien occupation. We've received the mothership blueprint, we have a prototype backpack ready to go, so suit up for the event, visit the tiny chair one last time, keep an eye on the hench bros, and say goodbye to the latest addition to Hutwatch, which will likely be destroyed. RIP. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. Thank you very much for watching. Here's some Code ADAMARU Legends.